Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Their Excellencies President Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, and President Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia. Thank you, Your Excellencies, for gracing us with your presence today. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Inclusive FinTech Forum, which of course is a unique collaboration between Singapore and Rwanda, and it's specifically between the Kigali International Financial Center and Singapore's Elivandi, which is a part of the city's central bank. My name is Sharanjit Lail. It is truly an honor and privilege to be your master of ceremonies today. Now, next up, it is truly an honor to introduce onto the stage for his special address, His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, the President of the Republic of Zambia.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. To recognize President Paul Kagame and his team of leaders in this country that are present here, and also my colleagues, fellow cabinet colleagues from Zambia, and all of you distinguished participants, also particularly appreciating the organizers of this FinTech Forum, and indeed those who have played a particular special role to make this FinTech Forum possible. And ladies and gentlemen, I wish not to emphasize the technical aspects of this FinTech Forum, not to emphasize much on the particular aspects that would justify the importance of financial inclusion on the platform of technical, if you like, capabilities. But more to say that, to emphasize that we're privileged to attend this platform together with my colleagues, and I'm sure I speak for others from other parts of the world that are present, but to also emphasize the importance of the need for us to accept that accelerating our economic and social development is an imperative, given, if you like, the large profile of the younger population, especially on this continent of Africa, and the need to provide opportunities for these young people. And to make it very clear that while before it was a debate as to the importance of technology, the importance of financial inclusion, access to capital, and indeed other aspects, it cannot be a question on our lips anymore, because it is one that we acknowledge that financial technology and access to finance, capital, is of utmost importance to our quest to achieve accelerated economic and social development, so we can take care of our populations. Doesn't matter which country we are. It doesn't matter which regulators we have to deal with. It is still critically important to accept that we need this component. We need to bring the unbanked into the economy, into the formal economy. And haven't we seen this in the last couple of years, how simple things were so difficult? What do I mean? Just to send money to a place far away from where you are, we needed to go to the post office sometimes. Have you forgotten that? We needed to go into a physical branch of a bank and fill a form and sign it, so you can send just $10 to someone far away. just think of you first deciding to go to the bank, then getting to the bank, then getting a form, filling that form. The bank manager looks at it and asks you a few questions. After some time, it's taken in. Then you have to wait for 1, 2, 3 days before the recipient actually acknowledges having received the money. Now, leave aside everything else. Just think of the time it used to take. But today, those of us who have rural backgrounds, those of us who live in another part of the world, are able to send money using mobile money. So simple, isn't it? How has this become possible? How is it that we take that for granted? And that not long ago, we couldn't do that. That's what we're here for. So it settles the argument or the debate as to whether this subject we are here for is important or not. We can then spend time to ensure that we can walk, in fact, race towards bringing more of our population into the financial world. Yes, you can talk about financial literacy. Yeah. You can talk about curricula. That is true. You can talk about tools. That's okay. But I want to focus on the end point. The end point ought to be one that creates opportunities for all our people, irrespective of where they are, for them to participate, to take the opportunities that come with being part of the financial system, accessing capital. President Kagame and I were chatting that for us on this continent, we have a bone to chew with the global financial system, that we pay a higher cost of capital than anyone else. Why? But we are judged the same way. When our businesses are being assessed, when the risk profiles are being put together, we are benchmarked in the same way. I think it's an important issue I would like to raise, not as an insider, in terms of those who have organized this, Singapore, Rwanda, to say this should be part of our issue as we push for access, as we push technology platforms. We also need to push the importance of making capital available at a fair price. I think it will partially deal with the subject of, if you like, inequity in this space, but only partially. What else? For financial inclusion, FinTech to work and work properly, I do believe the issue of energy becomes important. Probably it's a remote component I'm bringing, but it's integral to allowing us to achieve the agenda on the table today. The separation, the inequity between urban and rural populations, where we take internet for granted to allow us to use it to basically transact when we need to. It is not the case for some of our citizens, global citizens. So energy access is important, and therefore internet access must be one of our agenda items, that this must become available to most of our people. Most of our people, if not all. And today, with technology again, we are able to have off-grid energy, something that was difficult to even contemplate in some of our countries 15 years ago. Today, it's possible, cost is reasonable, solar. So, lastly, I have put quite a bit on the table. Lastly, I want to emphasize to the organizers how appreciative we are to be part of this forum, but also as a public worker, as your servant, so is President Kagame. And the ministers that are here, doesn't matter which country you come from, regulators that are here, it doesn't matter where you come from. We want to confirm, and I'm being naughty here because I didn't consult President Kagame, but we want to confirm that. We want to confirm our support for this agenda. We want to confirm our support for this agenda. We want to confirm that it's a duty we have, especially that we manage public finances. It's a duty we have to support young entrepreneurs, innovators. I was just taken to one of the innovation hubs this afternoon, and I was quite enthused with these young people. And I quickly my mind raced back to the days when I was at their age. We never had that opportunity, which they have. The tools were not there. But I said publicly there that we in public offices, we must support these young people, these institutions that are doing things like this. And through them, we will achieve what we had no opportunity to achieve in our time. I think that is really what I wished I could say this afternoon. Once more, congratulations, Singapore, Rwanda, participants. Thank you.
Well, once again, it is truly a privilege now to introduce you to His Excellency Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, for his keynote address. Thank you, sir.
Excellency Kagame of Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, Tijan Thiam, Board Chairman of Rwanda Finance Limited, doing many other things somewhere else. Ravi Menon, Managing Director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, business leaders and entrepreneurs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Before I get started, President, you reminded some of us the old days of the post office. I remember sometimes the money would actually not arrive. Even after filling the forms and everything, the envelope arrives. Some people used to avoid that and put just the money in an envelope and post it. By the time it arrives, you open, you find a letter informing you that somebody sent you $10, $20, and in the end, but you realize there was somewhere in the corner a cell tape. They had removed the money and sealed the envelope again. But those were the days. So, unfortunately, with time, but at the same time, it comes with the good things that also fill the gaps. Technology has been advancing very fast. Also, the people who would otherwise tear the envelope and remove the money, the numbers have also gone up. But technology helps to deny them the opportunity to commit their crime. So technology is very important, and we've got to make good use of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to Kigali for the inclusive FinTech Forum, and I'm pleased to join you today. Allow me to begin thanking President Kagame of Hichilema for joining us today. Your presence here shows commitment to developing FinTech in Africa. I also want to thank the Monetary Authority of Singapore for partnering with us. Singapore partners with Rwanda in many other fields, and we appreciate that. But this time to bring businesses in Singapore and Rwanda closer together. This is a practical demonstration of the good relations between our two countries. Let me commend Tijan, Tiam, and the entire Rwanda Finance Limited team for the important work being done to position Rwanda as one of the leading international financial centers. FinTechs are accelerating Africa's digital transformation, and the impact is evident. Across the continent, more jobs, wealth, and opportunities are being created. At the helm of Africa's FinTech industry is a young and rapidly growing population ready to innovate solutions and drive financial inclusion. Africa's demographic dividend has not gone unnoticed by investors who, in recent years, have increased financing to African FinTechs. Still, compared to the rest of the world, Africa has produced a small number of unicorns, and the majority of transactions remain cash-based. To sustain the gains already made, we must forge stronger partnerships and build a more equitable, accessible, and sustainable FinTech ecosystem. The digital economy is not a zero-sum game. Everyone should benefit from its potential. That's why we must do more to ensure women are active participants in the FinTech space. The numbers do not lie. This can have a positive impact on women-owned businesses and on the industry and economies in general. Another persistent challenge is Africa's unharmonized regulatory environment. It affects the ability and speed at which FinTechs can scale across different jurisdictions. In our effort to become a proof of concept hub, Rwanda has established an enabling policy and regulatory environment. FinTechs are now able to test their solutions, including new and emerging technologies, in a controlled space. Lastly, to improve the delivery of financial services, we must address the inadequate levels of broadband coverage, documentation, and financial literacy. This forum aims to create a platform for like-minded individuals to share ideas and collaborate. Today, this ambition has become a reality. The key takeaways, which I hope all of you will carry with you from this forum, is that all of us together can multiply our wins, and many more people can benefit from this success. Once again, I welcome you all and wish you a very productive forum. Let me also encourage you to do some additional stuff, find some time to enjoy what Rwanda has to offer. Thank you for your kind attention, and you are most welcome.